The priest, the professor, the fighter. That's how Camilo Torres is remembered on the walls of the National University of Colombia, the place that saw him in his various facets. This building hosts what was the first school of sociology in Latin America. Camilo was a co-founder, but perhaps the biggest mark Camilo left on the university were the social programs that he took outside the campus.
It was there that the students of the National University of Colombia, led by Camilo Torres, met with the harsh reality of poverty, exclusion, inequality, and violence in the poor neighborhoods of the capital Bogotá.
This is the place where Camilo Torres, the rebel priest, used to advocate for the poor and marginalized sectors of society. Now this same chapel is considered by many as the place where his remains should be laid. Fierce disagreements with the church institution led Camilo to quit the priesthood in 1965, the same year that the National Liberation Army, or ELN, emerged as a guerrilla force. Camilo will soon link up with them.
Camilo Torres began to feel all the weight of repression and political persecution by the then National Front government. He started feeling that his life was at risk, and on the 18th of October 1965 he began his irreversible journey into the ELN guerrilla army.
When you discuss with people that are members of the ELN, as I have done because I am a journalist, usually they repeat the same explanation. In Colombia, there is not ways for develop a political struggle in the legal ways.
Camilo died during his first combat, just 4 months after joining the ELN, but his long-standing involvement and political work among urban communities has been considered central pillar of the ELN, the second largest guerrilla in Colombia after the FARC.
One of the difference between the FARC and ELN is their origin. The FARC was growing up in the rural area, thinking about the agenda of the farmers. But the ELN tried to combine the urban agendas and the rural ones. One of the biggest mistakes by the Colombian government is try to evaluate the power of the ELN only thinking about their military capacity, not the political capacity.
As peace negotiations with the FARC entered their final stage, the government and the ELN have been holding since January 2014 confidential talks aimed at defining the agenda and conditions for a formal public peace process.
FARC, government and ELN are talking about the same country. For instance, the discussion about victims for FARC is an important point and is in the agenda for the ELN also. The level of the participation of the society is included in both agendas. The most important is the complementarity.
Negotiations with the ELN will certainly enrich the possibilities of peace from the point of view of the issues discussed and the legitimacy of the peace process. New spaces for the participation of society will also open up, because what Colombia can expect to see once the war is over is social mobilization and political participation.
50 years after Camilo Torres died at the hands of the military forces, Colombia's president has finally asked the army to search for and locate the rebel priest's remains, something the ELN had publicly asked the government to do as a sign of its commitment to a long-awaited peace process. Natalia Margarita, Telesur, Bogotá.